Hey everyone, Dr. Dale here again. Going to continue on the subject of autism and vaccines and ultimately what causes autism. So I want to point out an interesting two articles. So I pulled this article here. This was published on National Geographic March 28th of this year. The title is Increase in Childhood Autism, No Cause for Alarm. That's what experts say. CDC experts say, don't be alarmed that we are now seeing an explosion of mental illness in our children. That's basically what they're saying. In fact, we're seeing certain states like New Jersey having 1 in 45 children diagnosed with autism. When you look at the data, you look at the research, and I'm going to show you this graph right here. This graph, if you look at it, at the current trajectory, in the current trajectory, what that means is how fast the increase of autism is going. How fast it's increasing? By roughly maybe year 2025, if we keep heading in the direction we're heading, we may see 1 in 2 children diagnosed with autism. This entire article basically says that autism, the increases in it, are nothing more than increased and improved diagnosis. Well, they even say here, for those concerned about possible environmental risk factors for autism, experts urge caution. So what they said there is, if you believe chemicals or vaccines or nutrition and these things in our environment is a factor in the cause of this epidemic, they urge you caution. Maybe don't believe that. That's what experts are saying. They're also saying, don't be alarmed that we're seeing millions of children completely disabled mentally because of this condition. It's ironic that they say don't pay attention to environment, because 5 days later in this article right here, environment as important as genes in autism. A new study has found. What they're saying now, they took and looked at identical twins, which have exactly the same DNA, and said that when you look at identical twins, less identical twins with exactly the same DNA have less risk of both being autistic than would paternal twins, which have completely different or significantly different, they're from the same mom and dad, but significantly different DNA. So if it was genetic, then you would see identical twins with exactly the same DNA getting, both of them, autism exactly the same day, and exactly, you know what I mean? But they're not. So I just thought that ironic that experts say don't be alarmed and don't blame environment, and then 5 days later studies come out and say environment is more important than your genes in the development of autism. But here's the thing, that should give you hope as a parent. See, environment is something we can change. If we can eliminate toxicity, chemicals, heavy metals, if we can eliminate physical and mental stressors upon our children, we can improve nutrition, I believe we can see this epidemic go in the other direction. And really what I believe, in contrast to those experts, we need to be very alarmed. We need to get off this trajectory. We need to get off this path towards more children being chronically disabled with mental conditions like autism. And I believe Maximize Living has a plan to get you on the right path and deliver our children from this epidemic.